Imagine living in a world where being seen could mean your end. In nature, this is reality, and that's where mimicry comes in, one of the most brilliant tricks ever created. Some animals don't run away, they transform. In color, shape, or behavior, they take on the identity of other species to confuse predators, or fool them completely. Take the Viceroy butterfly, for example. It copies the appearance of the monarch butterfly, which is toxic to birds. The result? No predator dares to come close. Mimicry is a true lesson in biological creativity, an art of survival painted with nature's own colors. It's proof that sometimes, to win doesn't mean to fight, it means to deceive perfectly. Now imagine looking at what seems to be a harmless little spider, only to realize it's not what it appears. Some species, like the ant-mimicking spider, are true masters of disguise. They imitate the look and even the behavior of ants, marching in lines, waving their front legs like antennae, and even communicating through pheromones. Why? Because ants are aggressive and rarely hunted. It's a genius strategy. Look dangerous without being dangerous. There are also insects that imitate wasps, snakes that copy the posture of venomous species, and even fish that pretend to be preyed to lure in curiosity. When we look closely, we realize that mimicry is a kind of theater, and the stage is our very own planet Earth. Among the greatest masters of illusion is the false coral snake. At first glance, it looks identical to the real coral snake, one of the most venomous snakes in the world. Its red, black, and yellow colors form a pattern that screams danger, though in this case, it's just a bluff. The resemblance is so convincing that even experts can be fooled. This type of mimicry is called Bayesian mimicry, when a harmless species copies a dangerous one. It's a survival game where appearance is the only weapon. It's fascinating to think that without venom, strength, or speed, an animal can still deceive even the most experienced predators. Once again, nature proves that intelligence doesn't just live in the brain, it lives in adaptation itself. But mimicry isn't always about protection. Sometimes it's used to attack. The saber-toothed blenny, for instance, disguises itself as a peaceful cleaner fish, approaching others without raising suspicion. Then, in a flash, it bites off a piece of its victim. Another terrifying example is the orchid mantis. It camouflages itself among colorful petals, looking just like a beautiful flower. The victim approaches, drawn by beauty, and becomes lunch. This kind of mimicry, called aggressive mimicry, reveals the darker, more strategic side of nature. Here, beauty deceives, color seduces, and danger hides behind petals and scales. It's a masterclass in how life finds ways to hunt, even while disguised as innocence. Not every disguise is obvious. Some birds and fish use mimicry in almost psychological ways. The false cleaner fish, for example, mimics the appearance and behavior of the real cleaner fish, the one that removes parasites from others. Its victims approach with trust and get bitten instead. On land, certain birds imitate predator calls to scare rivals or confuse potential hunters. It's a game of sound and sight manipulation, where trust itself becomes the bait. The message is clear. In nature, not everything that seems safe truly is. Above all, mimicry is a dance of deception, and the prize is survival. If the natural world were an art gallery, mimicry would be its masterpiece. The chameleon, for example, changes its color not only to blend into the environment, but also to communicate and regulate body temperature. The ghost pipefish and leaf insect turn their bodies into living sculptures, so realistic they seem carved straight from the landscape. These artists of disguise show that nature is, above all, creative. Every color, every texture, every movement is a perfect brushstroke. It's as if the planet itself has become a grand stage, where the actors are invisible, but their performances deserve applause. Mimicry is one of the greatest proofs that nature doesn't just survive, it creates, adapts, and astonishes. Each imitation is a reminder that life always finds unimaginable ways to go on. In a world where appearance can mean the difference between life and mimicry is pure genius. So next time you see a butterfly, a spider, or a snake, remember, what you're seeing may not be what it seems. If this video makes you see nature with new eyes, leave a liking, because it really helps the channel keep revealing the most amazing secrets of the animal kingdom. Tell us in the comments, which of these natural imitators impressed you the most? And if you love discovering the mysterious and intelligent side of animals, subscribe to Metaverse Anime, where nature proves it's both the greatest artist and the most cunning engineer of life itself.